Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon.
Don't do that.
Sharp.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
How about them Eagles? I love what they did yesterday. Thank you, Eagles. We appreciated it so much.
Does it work that way?
Thank you. Thank you. It's your team.
The most people watched a Thanksgiving Day game in 20 plus years, and the Cowboys came to visit me.
Oh, really?
And your other team came to visit me late last night, too.
And your team, the Eagles, lives at your restaurant, except you put them in the back room where nobody can see them because they're such an embarrassment to the division and to you.
I guess guess who will be having dinner with me Thursday?
Yeah.
We have
next Monday night, a week from tonight, they'll be back again, the Eagles.
No, they won't.
been a busy
They come
spot
back. We're
these
done.
days. Yeah.
I'm about to close my restaurant.
Close, just hard to get in. You know, we have a ton to get to today on the show. Did the Eagles' inexplicable loss to Miami give new life to Skip's Cowboys? And what did Lamar Jackson prove against the Niners' vaunted defense? But first, we're going to start with the game, guys, that Tom Brady would like to forget. The Patriots were stunned last night by the Texans, allowing 4 passing touchdowns, which was as many as they had allowed all season. Deshaun Watson passed for 234 yards and 3 touchdowns, and even caught a touchdown pass from DeAndre Hopkins on a trick play in the 4th. Meanwhile, Tom Brady was frustrated for the majority of the game and was shown on the sideline, telling his receivers they need to be better. The loss cost New England the lead for the #1 seed in the AFC after Baltimore's win over San Francisco earlier in the day. So, Shannon, how much trouble are the Patriots in?
Look, they still have 10 wins. They're 10-2. They're the #1 seed. But they have 2 issues that I'm really concerned about.
Well, they've lost the #1 seed.
Yes, what I'm saying. They're the #2 seed. They're the #2 seed. Ravens are the #1 because they beat them head-to-head. They have 2 issues that I'm concerned about. One I'm really, really concerned about, and that's Tom Brady. Because we saw it again last night, and he's not that guy that we once knew. Now, I try to be as fair as I possibly can when I offer a critique or analysis of a player. I'm not trying to diminish anything that player has accomplished, because what he has accomplished, that's there to take. That's there to stay. But this we're dealing with this year. Tom Brady is a major concern, Skip, because up until the last 2 drives, Tom Brady was 15 of 34 for 189 yards with a touchdown and an interception. And when the game had gotten out of hand, Skip Bayless wanted to tweet. Now, I didn't see any tweets before that. Before that, I saw nothing. But we said he ended the game with 326, 3 touchdowns and an interception. But QBR said he had a 27. So what they did, they took into account. This is my pup, y'all.
How do you know what I tweeted?
Not just Skip, I'm talking.
How do you know? I don't know.
It's
You
my
follow
turn.
me?
It's my turn.
I don't get it.
Skip, it's my turn.
Creeping on my tweets again?
Skip, Tom is not the guy that he once was. You know it. Because I'm looking at it, and Skip loves QBR. He's 19th in QBR. Did you know who he's behind? Jameis Winston. He's behind Danny Dimes Jones in QBR. He's 26th in yards per attempt. He's 29th in completion percentage. Now, you tell me that's the same guy. You're fooling yourself. But I tell you who else is on my side, too. Coach Belichick. He sees it also. Skip, 2 things that you could always rely on with the Patriots was Tom Brady and field goal kicking. Field goal kicking is the second thing I'm concerned about because they're on their 4th kicker. Once Gostkowski went down, they cut both the previous 2 kickers. One had an appendectomy, and Nick Folk had an appendectomy, and they brought in Kai Forbath, and he shanked a PAT.
Hooked it, yep. Go ahead.
Skip. Right now, Tom Brady is the grand marshal on the parade. He waving. Because all the heavy lifting is done by the defense. And when he put the ball in harm's way, he put that defense on a short field, and what happened? See, he got to play mistake-free football because the defense is plenty good enough. Now, we saw what happened last night, Skip. At some point in time, you can't just continuously line up in 0 coverage and say, come beat us. Because if the team has some decent receivers and a good quarterback, they can get you. But Tom Brady, Skip, he looked bad. And you know he looked bad. And he said something on Friday, and they asked him about the throwaways.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I throw the ball away to avoid sacks. Now, I heard, so I went back in because I had the closed caption, and Chris Collinsworth was saying something about that. So I wanted to hear what he said. He said, yeah, we gave Aaron Rodgers a lot of flack for throwing the ball away. Sometimes it is to avoid sacks, but sometimes it's because the receivers wasn't open. And I said, I wonder, is my co-host, the man of the hour. One Skip Bayless heard that.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's not your turn just yet. I still have the floor. Now, for Tom Brady, if Tom Brady is that guy, I want to know how many people at home knew that the New England Patriots are third in the NFL in punts, behind the Jets, Trubisky Bears, and New England Patriots Tom Brady. So I'm trying to let that sink in for a second. Trubisky, Sam Darnold, and Tom Brady.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 in punts. And you say everything's okay. That's not to say they can't get to and win.
Oh, you're good.
No.
Disqualifier.
No, disqualifier.
Well, just say it. He's over. It's done.
No.
Say he's washed up. I need to hear you say it.
I said what I said.
I need to hear you say
he's 19th in QBR.
over.
He's 26 in yards
Tell me
per
it's
attempt.
over.
He's
What's
29th in completion. My conclusion
What's your
is
conclusion
that wasn't
from
a
all
question.
that? It is a question. I'm asking you the question right here, right now. Come on, lay it on the table for me. I want you to hear it again.
Let me finish.
No, just say it. He's done.
Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what your conclusion is. What does it mean to you?
How much was?
I don't care what those numbers say.
Well, go ahead. Your turn to go.
Okay. So you're chickening out on this?
My conclusion was the two things that concern me is Tom Brady and the kicking game. It's your turn.
Okay. So I will be the first to admit that last night the New England Patriots did not look like a Super Bowl team. You have told me all year that Bill Belichick's defense, and I'm going to quote the Hall of Famer, is overrated. That's what you told me from start to finish of this year, right? And last night, at many points, it looked overrated because Deshaun Watson tore it up. And I will admit to you that last night it really hit home to me for the first time, right between the eyes, that offense just has no weapons whatsoever. Because do you realize Sony Michel, who was the leader of the rushing attack that led the playoffs in rushing last year, do you realize he got doghoused in the second half and did not play? Do you realize that? Do you realize that the first-round stud receiver pick, N'Keal Harry, do you realize he got doghoused again last night and did not play much of the second quarter or the second half of the game?
Yes.
So those two are out. They are in the doghouse. I don't know if Tom Brady put them there. I don't know if Josh McDaniels put them there. Or I don't know whether Bill Belichick put them there.
Maybe a combination.
Okay, maybe a combination thereof. So I will be the first to say that right here, right now, the AFC road to the Super Bowl goes through Lamar's town. It's called Baltimore, Maryland.
BMO.
And 3 games ago, we all sat and watched Tom Brady's team try to play at Baltimore and got run out of the park, right?
Yep.
So now I'm here to remind you, just so you don't overreact, that the next two Sundays of a year ago, it was week 14 and 15, December 9th and December 16th of a year ago, these same New England Patriots went to Miami and lost. And then they went to Pittsburgh and they lost. That was December 9th and December 16th of 1 year ago. So coming up the next two NFL weekends.
Correct.
And you said Tom Brady was washed up after the Pittsburgh loss because you told me, and you had all kinds of video, he's flinching now. He's lost his nerve in the pocket. So I'm here to remind you, that's what you told me last year, and that was 2 weeks from now within the confines of the NFL season.
Was he flinching in the pocket?
Okay. Then what happened before? The next thing I knew, you were picking the Los Angeles Chargers to win at New England, a playoff game, and Tom Brady just lit them up with 33 of 43 for 343 yards.
Yes.
So here we go with last night. Tom Brady came into that game last night leading the whole league in completions. Is that good? Does that count? Okay.
He also lead the league in pass attempts.
Okay. All right. So,
is that good?
Yeah. Well, again, if you're leading the league in completions as with what I'm about to get to, that's pretty good. So he threw for 326 last night, and he came within a near miss onside kick. Brandon Bolden got a hand on it. Can we see that just to remind people? Maybe a lot of people turned off their TVs, but this is how close he came.
Because it was over.
Yeah. Oh, was it over? Oh, really? Oh, boy, he got a hand on that one. And if he had pulled that one in, you know what would have happened? Woo, miracles might have happened again in the same stadium in which Tom Brady came from behind 28-3 to beat Atlanta in a Super Bowl on that same turf. And I would have loved to have seen Tom Brady get one last shot, because in the second half of that game, and especially in the fourth quarter, he finally said, Heck with all of you. I'm sick and tired of seeing all of you guys, all my receivers, except for Julian Edelman and little James White. And in the fourth quarter, he just said, I'm going to go back to what I trust and what I know. I'm going to throw it every time to Julian and James White. And here they came. And what Tom Brady pulled off last night.
What did he pull off?
Was miraculous.
They lost.
You know what? He has, to my eye, the worst receiving core in all of pro football. In fact, I watched the Dolphins somehow win yesterday, and I thought the Dolphins, to me, Tom Brady could really do something if you gave him Devontae Parker and Allen Hurns and Mike Gesicki, that stud from Penn State that they got in the second round.
Yeah.
Give him those three guys, and he will start to pop again, because you'd see the old Brady come back alive, because Deshaun Watson's receivers are 5 times better than Tom Brady's. If you gave Tom Brady, DeAndre Hopkins, and Fuller, and Stills, and Fells, and even Duke Johnson, my God, have mercy.
But Skip, but here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. They never say the New England Patriots have 6 Super Bowls. They say Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowls. But when things are going, now I want you to understand, he ended with 326. So how did he do that? Were they different receivers in the fourth quarter?
No, he just said, I'm going to go back to Julian Edelman and little James White. The 2 littlest receivers on the field, I'm going to throw to them. And